It was listed on there, so I've tried to change through all of that into First National, but. And of course,
So, let's dispense with the flag this morning. And call a meeting to order, and I guess in that, you're up first.
Yeah, so I'd like to take this opportunity instead of waiting until next Thursday to present that the sheriff's office has given an offer of employment to Lucas Babcock from Swanville. He is scheduled to start on Monday, July 3rd, he is not certified currently, and he will get the sign-on bonus for being uncertified, or I call it bluefin, is that the correct term?
Yeah.
And he's like, what, working towards a green pin?
No, yeah, he doesn't, he has his green pin is part-time certification.
didn't they used to call that the 100-hour
Yes.
course or the 120-hour
Yes.
course?
So they have offered him $23.45 an hour. He will get a first half of the sign-on bonus for being uncertified at $3,750 after he completes his field training. And they want him to start Monday, July 3rd. So I thought I'd take this up.
Motion to second.
Yes,
Second, Louis Babcock.
Yes,
you second, Commissioner?
Yes, I did.
Motion's been made, seconding, being none, all in favor?
okay. And then the other thing I wanted to, well, this can either talk about it now or go into, I was thinking of this is going to be something like an executive session for us to talk about an HR holiday type of situation. Do you want to talk about that now or wait?
Is the fourth?
Third. You wanted to talk about-
But.
Yes, sorry, yes, to complement the fourth, which is the
I
Tuesday.
don't think that needs to be an executive
No.
session.
No.
No, okay, right. Then I can,
Figure out if we're going a holiday the day before. and all
Yes.
that, so.
All public information once it gets sent,
Right.
so.
right, sure. All right, so I got a request from another department head in the elected position who is getting responses from other counties and municipalities saying they're going to be closed on Monday, the 3rd, along with Tuesday, the 4th. And they were asking if we, as Waldo County, was going to also observe Monday and Tuesday as July 4th. The state is closed. Barb can speak to her experience with it, but she also got, as county clerk, was getting requests from other counties about what they're going to be doing. And it sounds like it's kind of a blend of who is going to be closed and who isn't. I'm hearing, of course, the state of Maine is closed. Which to my knowledge has been kind of the first time they've ever done that compliment.
Well, I'll answer where we all can jump in, but I am not in favor of that. If there's ever a year that we don't have any extra money to spend, it's this year. Maybe we could plan for next year, but for example, how much is that gonna cost us if we did that?
Right,
You know, what we got 70 something years, so.
well, it was more of the cost would be because you take the folks that we consider that a holiday is the folks that would be essential is going to be impacted by that as far as the budget's concerned. The ones I keep going to is the work. You give me the day off, I'm still gonna have to work because I got deadlines. So we could kind of mixed bag of,
Is there some way, the office is closed, but working remote? As if it was a.
No. I think remote days are great if it's horrible weather and you can't get in.
Right.
But I mean, somehow, and maybe it's through the finance office, I seem to be stuck in this loop of emails from the MPTA, whatever. It turns out that's towns and so on and so forth. So of course I see they're bantering back and forth. Are you guys open? Are you guys closed? And literally it's like 50-50. And at this point, I mean, the state's closed and that's great that Janet can pull that one off. But like Bill said, I mean, this is gonna cost the taxpayers money. And even if you can't reach offices in Augusta that you need to reach, there's still work that you could do within your own office.
Well, we got a lot of extra things we're eating right now. And you know, that one funded in the budget and the budget is, we think. Apparently somewhere near on track, but we're not exactly sure because everybody turnover in that department. And I think it's not a good year to be making that decision. That's my thoughts.
Well, I kind of thought it was a good idea, a nice idea, because some people do go away the 4th of July, you know.
Yeah.
And usually do the weekend and right through.
Then they would have taken that as vacation time ahead of time.
They would have to, yeah. But I mean, I'm okay either way. I understand that the budget and finances are tight right now. You know, but I was pretty much in favor of
Yeah.
it, but you know.
Well, we can take a vote, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm hearing also, you know, you both have the concerns. I haven't had the in-depth thing here with the finances over, you know, past few
Yeah.
months there, so. I would bow to.
I think it's a good idea. If it's something we plan for in the future, there's enough want to do it this year, maybe we can put it in the budget for next year, but I just can't see how we can justify just saying yes this year.
Right, you know, and like with Thanksgiving, I don't think we ever took a motion to get the Friday after Thanksgiving off. And it just was accepted.
I think it's because the state made it a holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, made it, enacted it as a holiday.
Well, the union
Permanent
contracts
I mean,
call for that.
before that happened, you know, I don't remember us ever.
We had that one added this year or last year, right?
Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Because it states in your employee handbook that when that happens, it automatically happens.
So,
It
you know,
covers
I
that.
mean, I'm not, you know, against it, but, you know, I would bow to the fact that this is a financial.
I know the payroll company we use, they're closed Monday. But that's-
Payroll is due next
I would
week,
be
right?
happy to close
Which
it.
means,
My
yeah.
deadlines, I was saying about, I still need to process as much as I can without their support, so everything will be rushed for Wednesday, but. I have asked the department heads to approve time cards, but, so I just wanted to share that because the interest came through me as well as Barb, so I felt
Bill,
fairness
Bill.
to the employees.
I think that,
I said one question on that, because you spoke about union contracts, whatever. With the state being closed, did the governor say it was a holiday? Or did she just close the state? Because I think the difference is gonna be there, most of the contracts state,
if it's
If-
declared a
if it's
holiday,
declared holiday. Then regardless of what you do,
We're paying.
we're paying. I just don't know, and I think I guess my point would be, it just, that's an important piece of information, because most of your essentials are
Yeah.
covered under union contracts.
It seems like, Matt, it's something they just creeped up on me.
Yeah, absolutely.
It did.
And someone said, well, yeah,
It
yeah,
never happened
Yeah.
really around this time.
but the contracts do say that,
Right,
the state or the president says it's an automatic holiday.
I don't think she declared it a holiday, I think she, in her email, it was a matter of. Gives people the opportunity
Yeah,
of time
trying
to
to find
report.
that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to-
I just did,
Yeah, no,
yeah, I'm not trying to make this conversation one longer.
I think we have enough people reading the fine print
Yeah,
on the outside
Yeah.
that someone would be saying the governor's.
oh, I think you're just right, and it does sometimes happen, because this year you just happen to deal with the fourth falling on a Tuesday. Next
Yeah.
year, you know, who knows what, I don't know. One day
next year it's Wednesday.
But then you could run into this when it does fall on a Thursday, we're going to give staff a Friday, if that's something that's considered like an admin day, they're just closing, it's not declared a holiday, then to bill, would want to budget for something like that.
Yeah, sure.
But as of right now, I just know that the state is closed, I don't know how they declared it.
Make a
It's the
motion
reflected
that we
day.
remain open July 3rd. Say,
I'll second that motion. All in favor?
I'm not going to vote against it.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I'm both ways.
the young man that was in the office the other day, McCray, did we already hire him?
We did.
Okay, I couldn't remember, and I
Yeah,
was
that
like,
was.
I'm looking at this name thinking, no, I don't think
That's
that's
not
him.
him. Yeah.
Okay.
different fellow.
So I guess we need, you all set?
I am, thank you.
And you're also, you don't have any other information that you wanna, know, and that has all the information you want to take up, right? On the new hires,
On the new hires.
yeah,
Yeah, so
okay,
they've been good about giving them to me since they mainly, when I started, Amy said all new hires going through HR to present, so they've been very good about doing that.
yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, no, they are.
So let's have a motion to go into executive session.
I'll move.
Second.
You've got the numbers, right?
14056A.
Okay.
All in favor? All right,
I want to wait till we hear this saying recording stopped.
and then make a motion.
Thank you, Jason.
All right, thank you. Make the motion that we, hire, Dale Cross, going back to the 26th. With the new position of the full-time, part-time, slash whatever we call it. For the garden. I don't know.
I think I-
Good,
I
good
think I-
solid words, folks.
I think I cleaned that up a little bit by saying something like, if I may. Motion to hire Dale Cross as the garden manager and create a full-time position, sharing duties in the garden management and oversight. And civil deputy position.
Okay, that sounds very good.
That's lovely. I'm gonna take a picture of that or something.
That's my motion.
Move to hire, okay, that was you, to hire Dale Cross as garden manager and create a new position, sharing the duties.
Duties in the garden of the garden management and oversight.
Mhm.
And a civil deputy position
Thank you.
and make it effective.
Do you need a second?
Can I ask a clarifying question? Do I have a permission to do that?
Sure, you want
Just from my perspective, I was treating them as two separate job descriptions, so if we combine them, is that what you're?
Yes,
yes.
Okay. that
to,
makes
what the
sense.
motion is.
Okay, all right,
It's a full-time position, 32 hours.
but, okay, thank you.
Who seconded you?
I made the motion.
Yeah, I seconded
it. Second.
All in favor of that motion?
Right.
All right, now I get another
32
one.
hours per week,
The
I'm sorry.
other thing,
Yeah, okay, thanks.
I would like to do is, ask Bill to resend his, departure.
Well, the thing I want to do is these two motions they want to make, they fail, I won't rescind it. Because I'm tired of you get tired of things, Amy get tired of things, once in a while I get tired of things. I don't procrastinate, I face reality every day I get up, I got a serious virus problem in the family and we were going to Boston and trying to work it out, and I got other things on my mind too. So I'm gonna make a motion that we approve the $3 an hour increase and then Matt will type up an MOU. Now take us to 2025, and if we don't do that, we're on the way down. Just a plain and simple.
I'll second that. But I'd like to ask a question.
I'm sorry to be a pain in the rear end, and I did type that. You had a motion on the floor that Bill rescind his resignation. Should we say it died for a lack of? Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. And then I have a motion from you to push through the
$3
proposal for
Yeah.
Case
an
phase.
MOU,
And an
excuse
MOU.
me, and a $3 per hour increase via an MOU for the Sheriff's Association.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I just gotta get this straight for.
And Betty seconded the motion.
Okay, it's seconded. And I was gonna ask you a question, now I can't remember. That would be starting right away
July 1,
and, okay, July 1. And
confer with you, Matt.
Yes.
and that goes through the whole contract,
Yeah,
time, which ends in 2024.
yes, the
December.
contract will be
As far as we know.
25.
So that it's clear, the $3 per hour, is that on the base pay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That's important.
Just to clarify, because one of the questions you asked a little earlier, Betty, was about next year. In the conversation, the initial conversation that we had with the union when they came. we made it clear that if we were able to ever move something like this forward, that whatever was agreed to would be fixed until there was another collective bargaining agreement in place. So there wouldn't be like a cost of living increase next year or any of that. It basically, this would be a 18-month guys negotiate some sort of a new contract.
Is that your understanding?
Yeah, that's motion.
And while we're in discussion, for the record, again, I won't, and I can't support this right now, and I apologize for that. If it makes me the really bad guy, but again, I'm very conscious of the position you're in. Sheriff, I don't envy you, I see it, I see it. And I think if I had more opportunity to have some information and kick some stuff around and some ideas, and I hope that in the future, that when stuff gets real like this, that you're not bothered to come to us, but with 3 other unions and the budgets being what they are, I can't support this right now, but I greatly appreciate you guys.
Okay, well, we've had motion, we had a discussion, all in favor? Opposed? 2-1, motion carries. Last one,
Okay, you have a question. Can she ask it?
No, I don't. I guess I just have a feeling.
we voted. Feelings don't count at the moment.
No.
That's it. It's been passed and there's a vote.
Right.
Oh, no, I'm good with, I just
I'll-
kind of, I'm just stymied because of what I think I'm understanding is all about. I'm fine with what you're doing. I'm just.
Well, there's a motion, it's in books.
Oh, yeah, no.
And the last thing I wanted to take up today, and thought of it and jot it down. People, we got to get ready for next year's budget, and we haven't been able to come up with a thing for the non-union people. Inflation today is 5.5%. It seems to me the non-union employees, we ought to use a figure for the budgets of 4%. They don't pay dues, they be a little advantage there. It should be leaving them about even in the, I know, Mr. Barry used to.
No, don't go by his math. So you're saying 4%
put that
department
in-
heads is the COLA that we're looking at?
Yes,
Non-union, I think is the term.
Yeah.
No, the non-union.
Yeah. Is that a motion?
yeah,
I'll second.
in a second,
I don't have any discussion on that, so.
I'll call the vote, all in favor? Motion carries. So having said that, I'll rescind my resignation and,
Good, because I was gonna get goats from Lewiston and bring them down to the garden.
Did you want us to look at, sign-on bonus? That was one that I just.
oh yeah, excuse me. Yeah, yeah, I wanted to, try to, I think, you know, being good business people, all of us, we should never agree to anything when we look at the whole picture and see what we can get out of it. So I would like to have you and the sheriff talk with the MOU, but just talk about this, like to change to a 1, 3, and 3, and 3. Is that okay with Sheriff?
Absolutely. I've got it written down in my notes.
Yeah.
And we'll come up with a proposal to submit to you guys working within those parameters. I just,
Create the verbiage like we did when we originally created it. We created a verbiage around how it worked. We'll submit a proposal for adjusted language to reflect what. you
Now,
have.
does that have to be in the MOU also?
No,
or separate
no,
amongst
no,
itself?
keep it.
We did it outside.
I will, so that's more of a policy piece of the county.
Yeah,
What I will do though, and I'll do due diligence to get that out sooner than later to you guys, hopefully for the next meeting. Because we are in the midst of hiring people, so it makes a difference what the rules are, and we need to change our advertisement.
yeah, well, I realized, excuse me, Betty, but I didn't want to make this point. I realize there's maybe a couple people in the pipeline that it's important that you keep your word with them or whatever you offered. Then at the end of that, we'll pick it up and change to something else if they come.
Once you vote on adopting the new rule, we'll change our hiring notice.
Yeah.
It'll reflect the new adopted rule.
And I also think anytime you're talking money, And in the MOU, you specifically speak of it, there should be a signature line for the chair.
Okay. Normally,
Remember, he controls the money.
right. Normally with the MOUs, we've done them with the sheriff, the chief, and the president, the vice president of the union, just so I didn't want it, but I can add a signature line.
I asked that you do because.
Yep, fine, not a problem.
Again, the second there's money, I always thought when I look at BOA contracts or whatever over the
Yep.
years and they're not signed.
Right.
You know, and it's like,
No, and we do forward the originals down to HR, so she'll have a copy of that. I
Good
will,
question, because I think one of the things that it just kind of kept out of the loop at sometimes, and I just am hoping I can have time, because when you're talking 30 people in your unit, plus I've got 20 in another unit that have made changes and ratified their contracts. It takes time to process. and
Absolutely, it
pay.
does.
So
I
it was
will,
great that I was part of this, just to give me a heads up that
and I'll provide you with the pay scales in the MOU, as soon as it's done.
appreciate it.
Thank you for your time.
Thank
And
you.
I think this has not been a good meeting. I think it's been a damn good meeting. Yeah, I think we got a lot done. We were kind of keeping the all Waldo County. We had a big meeting on next Thursday about selling the building. If we do, we're not, with that, we can reinvigorate all of the.
No, like I
reserve.
told you, I mean, I'm praying, like literally, like going to church and praying that we sell that building. I know, you're right. I want you there, but I mean, these guys that'll bail us out, like huge, big time, you know it. You see Erin, you give her a hug. But but again, this was good. This was good, because this is what we need. And like I said, I mean, Jason, you were at those meetings years ago, the jail meetings and everything else, and they got scrappy. You know, I mean, they got scrappy. I can still remember sitting in an interrogation room in Kennebec with Randy Liberty and Todd, that was his name, Brackett. Who was the other bastard? And it was literally like, I sat there and I thought.
That we adjourned.
Thank you.
I thought, yeah,
Seconded that, thank you.
yeah, but sure.
Yeah, all right. Have a nice drive with the guy.